semen retention and drive. These two forces are what separate men who are average from men who quietly dominate in life without ever needing to announce their presence. The crazy thing is that most people around you will never even understand why you suddenly start moving differently, why you have this unstoppable energy inside of you, why you can sit in silence and still feel like you're in control of everything around you. Before we go deep into this, I want you to join my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. That is where I share more raw insights and truths that I can't always share here. Now let's get into it. I want you to reflect on this. How many times have you felt like your energy was being wasted? Like you were running in circles? It's like no matter how much effort you put in, you never really felt fully alive. Now imagine if you stopped pouring that energy into instant gratification and instead let it build up inside you. Imagine how much mental clarity and physical drive you would carry day after day. Semen retention is not just about not releasing. It is about transforming that raw energy into something powerful, something that fuels your discipline, your ambition, and your hunger for more in life. The truth is, when you retain, something changes inside you that you can't fake. Your presence sharpens. Your body language shifts. Your voice gains weight. Even when you are silent, people can feel it. They may not be able to explain it, but they sense that you are operating on a different level. Tell me in the comments, have you noticed that when you go a few days or weeks without releasing, people around you treat you differently? Do women make more eye contact? Do men suddenly respect you more without you saying a word? This is because semen retention unlocks drive. Drive is something that most men today are lacking. We live in a world where comfort is everywhere. Distractions are endless. Men are constantly drained of the very fuel that makes them sharp, that makes them determined, that makes them magnetic. When you retain, you are no longer average. The average man cannot go a week without needing his dopamine hit. The average man cannot sit in silence with himself. The average man cannot face his urges and say no, but you can. And that is what separates you. Think about the times in your life when you have felt most powerful. It was not when you were giving in to temptation, it was when you were in control. It was when you had a mission, when you had momentum, and when you were too focused on building yourself to even care about instant pleasure. That state is what semen retention gives you consistently. And when you live in that state, you outperform everyone around you without needing to brag or shout about it. You wake up earlier than most. You move with purpose. You start executing on your goals without procrastinating. Your mind feels sharper. Your body feels lighter. Your willpower feels unbreakable. People wonder how you do it, but they will never understand unless they experience it themselves. This is where the silence becomes your advantage, because you are no longer wasting time trying to convince anyone. You just move. And your results speak louder than anything you could say. But I want you to ask yourself this: what are you really building right now? What do you want your energy to go into? Because if you are retaining but you don't channel that energy, it will build up with no direction. Tension is not passive. It is an active discipline. You are supposed to channel that life force into training harder, working smarter, thinking deeper, and pushing yourself to levels that your old self never reached. So comment below. If you had limitless drive and clarity, what would you focus on in your life right now? Another powerful shift that happens is how you view yourself. When you are constantly releasing, you subconsciously tell yourself that you are weak, that you cannot control your own urges, that you cannot master yourself. That energy leaks into everything you do. Your confidence drops. Your posture collapses. Your focus weakens. But when you retain, the opposite happens. Suddenly you feel more disciplined. You trust yourself.
You look at yourself in the mirror and you know you are in control.
Nice. That inner belief is what makes people respect you, even when you are silent. You will notice that you stop needing to explain yourself to anyone. You stop needing validation. Stop chasing approval, because your energy is self-sufficient. Your presence is enough. Your silence speaks more powerfully than the noise of others. This is when you begin to see why semen retention is not just about physical energy. It is about spiritual alignment. It is about reclaiming your masculine essence. It is about becoming the kind of man who does not need external motivation, because his drive is already overflowing from within. And let me tell you this, life will test you. The urges will hit. The temptation will sneak up. There will be moments when your old habits whisper in your ear. But every time you say no, every time you choose discipline over desire, you are stacking victories. Those victories build momentum. Momentum turns into power. Power that makes you sharper than your competition. Power that keeps you focused when others give up. Power that makes you stand out without ever trying. I know you've felt the difference before. Maybe it was after a week of holding on. Maybe 2 weeks. You felt that energy rising inside you. That urge to move, to act, to create, to prove yourself. That is your natural drive, the drive that society has conditioned you to waste. The longer you hold it, the more unstoppable it becomes. Semen retention is not about suppressing energy, it is about redirecting it into becoming a weapon, a force that cannot be ignored. You will notice changes in your physical body too. Your eyes look sharper, your skin glows, your voice deepens. Your walk carries more weight. You don't even have to force any of it. It just happens naturally, because when your seed is within you, your body becomes stronger. Your aura becomes magnetic. Your silence becomes louder than noise. People will not understand why they are drawn to you, but you will know. You will know it is because you chose mastery over mediocrity. This is why most men cannot relate to you anymore. They cannot imagine living without their constant release. They cannot imagine facing life raw and unfiltered. But you can. That is why you will outperform them in every area of life, in business, in fitness, in relationships, in personal growth. While they are drained, you are charged. While they are chasing, you are attracting. While they are speaking, you are moving silently and getting results. The silence becomes your edge, because the loudest man in the room is usually the weakest. The one who needs to prove himself. The man on retention doesn't need to prove anything. He just exists, and his existence commands respect. You will notice how people naturally give you attention without you asking for it, because presence cannot be faked. It is either there or it is not, and when you retain, it is there in abundance. Now I want to ask you this. Have you ever noticed that when you are on retention, opportunities start appearing, as if the universe rewards your discipline? Maybe it is a new connection, a new job offer, a new level of creativity, a new breakthrough in your training. Does this happen to you? If yes, comment below because I want to know how it has shown up in your life. Here's another truth. Retention makes your focus in work or study razor sharp. Suddenly you can sit with your books for hours without distraction. You can dive into projects that others abandon. Your brain works faster, your recall improves, your ability to push through mental resistance skyrockets. This is why people who retain consistently often rise quicker in their careers or dominate their academics, because they are tapping into a deeper level of concentration that most people never experience. It also shows up in fitness. Have you ever noticed how your workouts feel different on retention? Your lifts feel stronger. Your recovery feels quicker. You push past limits that used to break you. This is because your body is holding on to energy that would have been wasted. And instead, it is fueling muscle growth, endurance, and resilience. Comment if you have noticed that your physical strength improves dramatically when you are on a streak. Even in relationships, your energy changes the dynamic. You stop chasing, you stop being needy, stop looking at women as an escape from boredom. Instead, you stand firm in who you are. That energy is what women feel. They may not say it directly, but they sense the difference. They are drawn to men who are disciplined, who radiate self-control, who move with purpose. And because you are not desperate, your presence becomes rare, becomes valuable. This is the deeper truth. Semen retention is not just about outperforming others. It is about outperforming your past self. It is about waking up every day and being sharper, stronger, and more focused than you were yesterday. It is about breaking free from the cycle of weakness and stepping into the cycle of growth. Once you are in this state, you no longer compare yourself to anyone, because you know that your only competition is the man you were yesterday. When you live like this, life feels different. You no longer feel restless. You no longer feel scattered. You no longer feel like you are wasting time. Instead, you feel driven. You feel clear. You feel powerful. You move in silence, knowing that your actions are speaking for you. People will not understand how you are able to do so much, how you are able to stay consistent, how you are able to stay calm under pressure. But you will know. That inner knowing will give you peace. And at the end of the day, that is what semen retention gives you. Peace and power. The peace to be silent. The power to outperform without saying a word. This is not hype. This is not theory. This is reality. You know it deep down because you have felt glimpses of it before. Now it is time to make it your lifestyle. to commit to yourself, to channel your energy, to build your drive, to quietly dominate in life. If this spoke to you, if you felt like I was describing exactly what you've been experiencing, then let me know in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else who is still struggling. And before you go, I ask you to contribute by using the thanks button. The link is in the description. It helps me keep creating this content and spreading this message. Remember this, your silence is not weakness, it is power. Your drive is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. And when you retain, you will always outperform. Not by shouting, not by chasing, but by moving in silence and letting your results do the talking.